So I gotta apologize in advance and warn you guys. The audio quality is complete dog crap. I bought a new microphone. I thought it'd be a lot better. It is, but I just didn't know how to use it. So a lot of my audio was completely messed up. Jeremy's audio is fine, so his is more or less okay. But yeah, I had to do a lot of fixing and editing to make it somewhat presentable. So I apologize in advance that it's going to be kind of janky, and I hope you guys still enjoy it. If not, tune in next time, and I hope it's fixed by the next episode.
All right, welcome to DWAI Fireside Chat, where we talk about stuff you don't worry about.
Your host, as always, is Jeremy, and
Jeremy.
yeah, that's not going to get confusing at all.
Yeah, we should probably figure out a way to distinguish ourselves.
You want to be one or two?
Obviously, I want to be one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna be zero then.
Oh, wow! All right, you are so cool. All right, we've established who's cooler now. The hierarchy of how cool we are.
Yeah, everybody knows zero is way cooler.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is probably episode one. I say probably because there is another episode, but it might not see the light of day depending on how this one ends. So for those of you that don't know us, we have a YouTube channel, DWAI. Go check it out, which should be pretty apparent if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching YouTube, that means I got off my lazy ass and actually started a Spotify account. But do go check it out. We talk about guns and anything related to guns, new movies, new video games, or even old video games, but anything that kind of relates to guns. I personally love Halo, and it's my goal to have a lot of Halo guns. So I've actually made a Halo assault rifle, a working Halo assault rifle, complete with an ammo counter. So you should go check it out.
It's actually probably what we're mostly famous for right now.
Not Glock sights?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen comments on that in a while, but I would say right now the pinnacle is Halo guns.
Yeah, but basically we have a YouTube channel and we also have an Instagram. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we also have it. Yeah, basically our Instagram is dwai.videos. So go check us out on there. You can get a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, sneak previews, and also you can contact us directly about things. We're a little bit more responsive on there. And we also sell swag on there as well, so you can check that out.
All right, so enough filibuster. Let's get into the meat of things. So, New Year 2022, what's going on? What's new?
ATF better hurry up with my cans, because I'm going to be so mad if people start getting their cans back Form 4 e-file before the cans that I've been waiting for over 6 months.
So you can e-file cans now?
Yes, so I don't know if this is going to be successful or not. They just kicked it off, and basically what ATF is doing is they are reopening electronic filing for Form 4, which is purchasing a suppressor through a shop and having the shop transfer the suppressor into your name. So previously they had opened up e-filing for Form 1, which is anything that you want to manufacture as an individual. So typically people would take like a lower, file it electronically with ATF, and then when the paperwork is approved, then you would assemble your SBR. Or if you wanted to make like a Form 1 can, you could buy a tube, file the paperwork electronically with ATF, and then you would get approved, and then you could like drill the holes and assemble your suppressor. So now they're opening up electronic filing to Form 4s, which is purchasing, let's say, like a Surefire suppressor through your local shop, and instead of having to wait, 9 months, 12 months, 14 months, or however long it takes for a paper form to be approved and sent back to your dealer, now they will be electronically processed, and what they say is it's supposed to be bringing the wait times down to 90 days or less.
Wow, that's impressive. 90 days as opposed to I think mine took 8 months.
Yeah, I've had the fastest Form 4 I've personally ever gotten back was 4 months, and I feel like that was a little bit of an anomaly.
I hope that becomes the case, because I think that's the reason, or that's one of the big reasons why a lot of people, I know at least I don't get any more MFA items because I don't want to pay almost $1,000 but still have to wait like 6 months before I get to actually use it.
Yeah, it really takes like a lot of long-term planning, but I think this will ultimately change the game a little bit. And suppressor ownership has kind of increased significantly over the last, I'd say, like a decade. And so now, if it's like even faster to actually get your can, then I think suppressor ownership will actually like get even crazier. Like I think everyone's gonna like sell out right away. But the thing I think is like, is ATF going to be able to pull this off? Because in the past they've attempted to implement the electronic filing system for Form 4s, and every single time it's crashed their system, and then they basically just took it away because it didn't work. So it's kind of one of those things where it's a little up in the air as to whether it's going to work this time or not.
Well, we'll see. I mean, ATF's track record is spotty at best.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe this is hey, you know what the saying, right? A broke clock is still right twice a day. So if you make enough mistakes, one thing will eventually work out. Yeah, because there's a lot of suppressors I still not a lot, but I still kind of want to get a dedicated suppressor for like 9mm.
Honestly, just having more dedicated or potentially dedicated suppressors to platforms would be nice. Like, it would be nice just to have like a suppressor that stays on one gun all the time, because you have enough other suppressors that you don't have to like pull it from that gun.
I think another issue is mounting. Like, you're kind of stuck with whatever suppressor you end up getting, right? So if you get a Surefire one, you have to use Surefire or those type of muzzle devices. Like, I have a Gemtech Halo, which lets me basically use it on any birdcage flash hider. So all my guns have birdcage or NATO flash hiders. But outside of that, you're kind of stuck with whatever brand or style that your mounting system kind of limits you to.
Yeah, that is something I think is interesting, because you can only really have that kind of compatibility amongst either the same brand muzzle devices, or if a company makes a compatible muzzle device. So for example, right now if you buy Q suppressors, they make Plan B adapters for many other suppressors on the market to adapt their suppressors to your mounts. So basically what it is like, there is a somewhat standard thread pattern that is on the back of some of the suppressors on the market that will allow you to switch mounts so that you can use different muzzle devices with your can. So that's kind of like an interesting sort of development. So like I have a Silencer Co. Omega 30, and that one, I don't like the ASR mounting device that it comes with from Silencer Co. So I ended up buying a Plan B Q attachment, and I used cherry bombs on some of my 300 blackout guns. So that actually allowed me to shorten the overall length, cut some of the weight down, and the mounting method is a little bit more secure. So that's kind of an alternative, and I think it's a little bit cheaper too. Like going with for instance, either the Q cherry bombs or I think Reardon Manufacturing makes a compatible muzzle device with Q cans as well as the Plan B adapters.
Or if you're not Gucci or you're poor, there's always a Griffin Armament.
Oh, my love-hate relationship with Griffin.
Laugh all you want, but it's still a good system. For those of you that don't know, Griffin Armament makes a kind of a QD adapter, like a universal QD adapter. It just replaces the booster or piston of a suppressor, so you don't use threads anymore. You kind of just screw onto their adapter, which you would screw their adapter onto your regular pistol, rifle, whatever, and then now it would directly interface with the booster that you put in. So as long as you have the adapter on all your different pistols or guns, you can just take that suppressor and just QD it on. It's a pretty good system.
I will point out it does have one weakness in that, and this only happened to me, I think, one time at the range, where I was shooting one of my handguns with the Griffin QD adapter system, and the adapter piece that goes on the threaded barrel came loose. So essentially it got stuck in the booster, and I didn't have any tools with me that could remove it from the booster, but that basically turned it back into a direct thread can, which is fine as long as you can tighten it back down, but it does lose that quick disconnect system.
Yeah, but that's not like the system is actually bad.
It's not.
Sure,
in itself, the system is good. Yeah, but you would also have to be okay with not removing the barrel from the slide if you Loctite the adapter to the threaded barrel.
That's
because
fair.
It will make it so you can't remove your barrel, which isn't a big deal. You just have to clean around the barrel. But realistically, that's something that people may not want to do, because if you Loctite that item on there, you can't switch the barrel out. Like sometimes you want to put the standard barrel back in, or if you need to change the barrel out for some reason, that might make it a little bit more cumbersome.
Unless you have a 1911 Master Race.
Well,
7 rounds is all you need.
I guess that, there you go. We're going back to our roots.
Yeah. If you don't know how 1911 work, basically you can take the barrel out from the front rather than from the back, where you have to tilt it.
Although you won't be able to remove the bushing.
That's true. But you can still take the barrel out from the front, so it still works.
Well, I mean, you could always get another bushing, so it's not like it doesn't kill it entirely. It's much better than the alternative, but yeah.
The point is, you can still take the barrel out. I mean, you just have the bushing and then whatever stuck at the end of it, but it still works. Either way, the point is, I want more suppressors, because suppressors are just cool, like they instantly.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah, they just instantly make you cooler.
It's so funny because this goes back to the whole, like, every time something becomes more prevalent, then the next gooning thing or operator thing to do is added to the list. So like, it used to be that, if you just had a red dot on your like plain Jane M4, you were like the coolest guy on the block. And then all of a sudden everyone was like, wait, hold on, you need like a light on your gun. And so then it's like, if you had a Surefire light on your gun, you were like an operator, And then it was like, wait a minute, slings? So you can transition to handgun? Whoa, what is this? So now it's like, okay, you gotta have like a red dot, a light, and a sling, and then even then this is like a very simple setup.
And you still need the handgun and the holster to transition too.
Yeah, yes. But it keeps stepping upward, right? So then, like, what's the next thing? Suppressors, right? And then all of a sudden, if you had a can on a short-barreled gun, you were like cool, like an operator, like everything that's a 10.5-inch barrel is a Mark 18, right? So then basically, you're at that like high-tier Navy SEALs level if you have a suppressor on your gun. And then they were like, what's next? Obviously laser, right? Because it's like, if you have a laser on your gun, that means you use night vision, right? Which is like totally not the case for like tons of people who have lasers on their guns. But then the next step is, well, if you have a laser on your gun, you have to justify having the laser on your gun. So what's the next step? Obviously night vision, right? So like now we're in the phase of everyone is using night vision, and then it's like, well, you can't only have night vision and not have a full plate carrier assembly and plates and everything to go with that operator look, right? If like, if you want to be a goon, you got to do like the full deal. And so it's like every step is like another thing. So basically, like, there's always like that next step of like who is like doing or cool stuff with what kind of things, and then what that dictates what you need to add to your kit to be associated with being cool, right? Like, for example, cat ears.
Oh my god. We're jumping into this. Oh my god. Transition. All right, so you want to explain what this cat ear is? Because I know of it, but I think you do a better job explaining this drama.
This is funny because this is not something that's new. It's actually been around for quite some Time. But Weapon Outfitters imported cat ear attachments and accessories for shooting purposes. So originally they were headbands. So a lot of people will buy a headband for their headset to, I don't know, put like Velcro, like Morale patches on there, or to like have Molly to attach random things to your headset. So this is a headband for your headset, but it just is made of nylon. It comes in different camo patterns, and it has cat ears attached to it for all you degenerate weebs and furries out there. And then they were like, well, shots fired.
Shots fired. Like spoken like you're not one yourself, huh?
So then basically, they kind of furthered the accessories that came out with by importing the helmet ears. So the helmet ears just attach with a little piece of Velcro that's built into it. So basically it just Velcros to the top of your helmet, and then now you've got cat ears on your helmet. So you can wear them with your helmet or with your headband. Well, recently T-Rex Arms came out with a post on his Instagram story that basically said, I'm paraphrasing here, if you and it shows a picture of an OpsCore helmet with cat ears on it, and I believe the photo was taken by Weapon Outfitters, so he's calling them out specifically, primarily because they're the ones who brought them in first. So he's saying that if you have this kind of accessory on your kit, then you don't understand what the Second Amendment is about. You can't change my mind. And so that was like directly calling out Weapon Outfitters, which incidentally, if you think about like the content that T-Rex Arms puts out, it's all about like, information to the consumer and like low-key gray man operator stuff, and also like insinuating that I train like high-level dudes, and none of it is like degenerate sexy stuff. And Weapon Outfitters is all about weebs, degeneracy, like naked ladies, all the ideals that T-Rex Arms like kind of subtly stands against. So this is like very interesting like drama in the gun industry right now.
Yeah. But think about this. What better way to be the ultimate gray man than to be the most degenerate weeb? Like, no threat, right? Like you're just not gonna even register. People are just gonna be like, oh, he's just a weeb, like he's no threat. But little do they know you're like super tactical.
The
right?
really funny thing is
be kind of like a crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
The really funny thing is how many orders that Weapon Outfitters gets that goes to like APOs and like just like base addresses and stuff. Too.
Yeah. No, I use them at work too. Like they're super useful. Like how long some of these cables are super long. Like I don't know why they make these headset cables like ultra long. Like actually, you gave me one. Didn't you? The cat ear one.
The headset has cable management built into, or the headband has like cable ties on the inside as well. So it has like some usefulness to it, right?
I use them to kind of like tie the cables, because otherwise they're just too long and all over the place.
Listen, the camouflage and the ears break up the pattern and make it look like it's more effective camouflage on the top of your helmet.
Yeah, you just walk around and then they see the cat ears poking. They're like, what is that? You just go meow, and then like they're just like, oh, it's just a cat. So.
Perfect.
And zero threat. See, ultimate gray man gear, easy.
I just think it's very funny that Lucas would call this out specifically. It seems like such an arbitrary thing to like why would he even spend the time to make a post about this?
It feels oddly personal. It's like, it feels like, exactly. It's like, why call him out, and why now? Like, did someone like slight him? Like, is he just upset? Like,
that's the thing. Did
someone with a cat ear outshoot him?
This is interesting to me because also this can only help Weapon Outfitters.
That's true.
Because like nobody will agree, especially with the way that he said it. I don't think anybody will agree with him. So basically, what it is the fact that he's going out of his way to call them out is basically only drawing attention to it. right?
Yeah.
So I feel like people who see that post, if they are interested in that kind of stuff themselves, they're definitely going to go to Weapon Outfitters and buy it. But if somebody disagrees with it, they'll just be like, haha, right on, brother, and then just like, go on to the next story. Like they're not going to do anything about, like, they're not going to like join the crusade against like, against tactical furries, you know what I mean? Or like whatever that, yeah, exactly. So I think it's one of those things that it can only help them. The really funny thing is, Roy told me that he's going to be doing or actually I think he posted about this. He's going to do a raffle at SHOT Show for a OpsCore helmet, amps, and a set of cat ears.
I hope the cat ears are hard mounted. Like it's like, it should be like tapped into the helmet. So like even if you win it, like you're like, oh man, I won OpsCore. So even if you're one of these people against it, you'll be like, oh fuck, I have cat ears.
And it's like, oh wait, what are you gonna do with this helmet? I definitely think this is an accessory that can help bring more females into the shooting sports.
Yeah,
because I feel like yes, in my mind, it's like a little bit cringy if I like see somebody at the range, like a guy wearing them at the range. But you know what? It's fine. Like if you like it, you like it. You know what I mean? It's like to each their own. Like
Did you just call us like cringy?
Yes. Yeah. I am calling myself, I am so self-aware about this. Like I'm calling myself cringy for using them at the range, right? But at the same time, it's like something where I think that like girls can see that as like, oh, like this is kind of an interesting accessory that would make me like, it's like another thing that they can enjoy. Because I feel like it's like something that's like cutesy, so like maybe like a girl who's getting into shooting sports might be interested in this kind of stuff, and so like that could be something that is like it like they might like guns already, or they might like kind of be interested but are not sure about it, but it might be something that is like, oh, this is like a more welcoming aspect instead of like grunt style shirts, you know what I mean? Like this is like more across the board, I guess, like welcoming, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sound super sexist saying that, but at the same time, it's like there is a reason why like Cerakoting different colored guns exists.
Well, not only that. I think it's like it's a matter of fashion too.
Yes, exactly.
Right? It's now fashionable. Look at camo. Camo is now fashionable.
Yes.
Right. So I don't see why this can only be a good thing, right? It's more people want to express themselves, and that's the other thing, right? It's expression. It's like freedom of speech, and also why can't I express myself? And then you have Second Amendment, which is all about like, oh, my freedom, my gun rights. It's like, then why are you trampling on my...
Whoa, you're upsetting the gatekeepers, okay?
Yeah, why are you trampling on my First Amendment? Like, what if I want to?
Yeah, the sheepdogs are going to come to our door and, basically tell us to stop messing with their flock.
Yeah, like, I can't see it as being a bad thing other than you're just hating. Because, like, does it like I don't get it. Like just think about it, the whatever Instagram or tweet is like it just seems so personal. It's like what like why does it bother you? It's like
point at which part of the cat ears hurt you.
No, it's like, who cares? It's like it's not hurting you, right? So it's like it doesn't bother me.
It might be directly hurting him. We actually don't know this.
You're right.
Like we don't know what the story behind it is.
It might be really low.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So you never know. But like I think that he has a lot of like good points. Like some stuff that he's done for the gun community I think is great. But also like stuff like this is something where it's like, in what way do you think this is going to help your brand?
People that, it's like you said, people that hate it are always gonna hate it, and people that don't care or like it, they're gonna keep liking it. So it's like it doesn't.
Actually, the really funny thing is, I feel like this is going to hurt him more because now that I think about it, Lucas always pushes video game stuff in his
Oh yeah, he
like
does.
videos,
Didn't-
and like gamers are like really heavily
Yeah,
associated
because
with
didn't he
weeb
do
stuff.
didn't he do the like the Call of Duty like style shooting like
But he
video?
does like all kinds of video. Like I would say like a very large portion of his videos have at least references to like Tarkov, Call of Duty. Like he's really into the Tarkov thing with like wearing like USEC patches and like talking about Tarkov in his posts and stuff. So it's like if you're going to target like that community as the people you're
That
trying
means
to
you're a
sell
weeb
product
as
to,
you're a weeb as well.
yeah,
Like, you're a
exactly,
nerd
right? So
too.
it's like so that is like even more of like mystery as to like why he's specifically calling these things
Because
out.
like Call of Duty has like anime skins now. Like in cat ears and weeaboo shit. Like even Halo just came out with cat ears for Spartan helmets, which is hilarious. Like
I actually didn't know that. That's actually really interesting.
they just put out pink camo or pink armor color with cat ears. Like I'll put a picture.
Wow.
I'll put a picture up if you're watching it on YouTube. But yeah, you can search it up. Just Halo cat ears. Like literally, first thing just pops up. Yeah, just look it up.
So
It's
like if I was Lucas, right, and I saw like let's say somebody pointed out the cat ear thing to me, I would immediately just buy a bunch of them and put them on my kit and then run around and shoot super well with cat ears on just to like fuel the hate. You know what I mean? Because basically it's like you like I think the reason why Lucas is like somewhat popular is because he's a little bit anti-culture in like who he's trying to market towards. So like all these like buff operator dudes, because he is like opposite to that, like he's just like a little skinny guy who like likes video games and like is more like marketing towards civilians, like it's like, oh, everybody should be able to own like anything that the military owns, like Second Amendment, hoorah, like all that stuff. Then it's just like you're the anti-culture, kind of, you know what I mean? So this is like right up your alleyway. So what is your deal with like trying to call those people out is like interesting to me.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I just think it's funny that it just seems so personal.
Actually, the fact that Halo put cat ears on their helmets, that's kind of a big deal. Like,
it's
man.
funny. Here, I gotta send you.
By the cat ear. Oh my god.
Yeah, because the
really
moment it released it, like everybody bought cat ears, so the entire lobby is just people running around cat ears.
Yeah.
Like, here, let me
Wait,
show,
this is a pay-to-play thing?
Yeah, and you have to pay for it, and tons of people pay for it. Here, let me show you the actual one in game. Yeah, it is the pink camo. It's hilarious. Like.
Oh my goodness. This is actually really good for Weapon Outfitters though, because I could see their sales going up because of this.
I think it's just funny that cat ears are kind of everywhere now. I mean, gamers already had it for a long time. Like the Razer, I think. Razer gaming headsets, and then somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there are already gaming headsets or just, headphones that have cat ears on it or weeaboo shit on there. So this is
actually on a side note, which is kind of funny. The same company that manufactures the cat ears that are being imported by Weapon Outfitters, they also make a Velcro bow. So kind of like the Sailor Moon bow, where you can attach it to the Velcro portion of your plate carrier or like on the top of your helmet or whatever. So if you wanted to look like a cutesy schoolgirl with a bow, they got you, fam.
How do I look this up? What do I search for?
So first of all, I need you to open up incognito.
Okay.
Honestly, if you just go to the website, they probably
Who is it?
weaponoutfitters.com.
Okay.
And then the brand that is being imported is called Hardcore Tactics.
Look, I'm just gonna search Weapon Outfitters Sailor Moon. Okay, this might be a bad. Never mind.
I don't think that's gonna come out, but basically, actually, it's on their front page. When you look at one of the in the section where it shows brands, Hardcore Tactics is like the first brand that comes up. And
I just got girls.
So yeah, basically, just type in.
Oh, this is Tumblr.
Ribbon bow.
Whatever. Point is, I get.
So yeah, they make
I see it.
ribbons.
Hardcore tactics. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Ribbon, bow, hook, loop patches. That's cute.
Yep.
Like it's more like Hello Kitty like. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. It is more Hello Kitty look, I guess. So yeah, basically it just has a little piece of Velcro underneath the bow, and then you can stick it on anything that's Velcro. So like, if your headset has
$32 for the cat ears. Holy shit! I didn't know they were $32.
Yo, what, you wanna be cool, right?
I guess. I guess I'm not I guess I'm not $32 cool.
Don't worry, you have degenerate friends to buy it for you.
I guess, yeah. Now that, but I do have a contact now, so maybe I should get the contact ones.
Yeah. So, I guess they don't have it right now, but they are trying to get them, I think, in Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force camo.
Oh, nice. Just like knockoff. It just looks like Japanese Flecturn.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it's something where it's like, you just leave it alone. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go up to people in the range and be like, hey, you think you're cool wearing cat ears on your headset? And then they'll be like, yes, I do. And then I'll be like, high five. I mean, I don't know. What do you want, right? Like, it's, if it gets you into the range to learn more about using guns, I think it's good.
I think it's not even that. I mean, nowadays, the term like nerd and gamer, the culture has changed. Like, it's okay and it's cool to be a nerd, right? Like, it's cool to be a gamer now. Whereas, like, back in the day, it wasn't cool at all.
Hey, I'm a nerdy gamer girl. Watch my Twitch stream,
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but oh my god, that's so cringe. Yeah, I mean, the culture has changed, right? It's cool to be nerd. Like, you're not helping yourself, because going on to the future, nerds and gamer and this culture is only going to get bigger. Like, look at Call of Duty, right? Like, before Call of Duty, nobody was really into tactical stuff, like, because it was all World War II, but then Modern Warfare came out, and then everybody was like, holy shit, Modern Warfare stuff is cool. It drives an entire generation. Pop culture and media drives an entire generation of what they think it's cool and what they want, right? So you're only going to alienate fans in the future. As people grow up, as new generation come, they're only gonna be more and more into degenerate and weeb stuff. So get with the times, I guess. Nerds are just cool now. Like, even Henry Cavill's a huge nerd. He almost missed a part because he was playing WoW.
Yeah, I think that you're right about that. I think he was in like a WoW raid or something.
I think like he got a call, if I remember. He got a call, and then he was too busy playing WoW.
I think it would be actually so funny to play like 40k Warhammer with Henry Cavill, just like the presence of him being there, and then playing a tabletop game with him.
I'm nerding out with Superman. It's like,
that would just be so funny, especially if he was wearing the Superman outfit. Okay. I don't know why like that imagery is like coming out, but it's just so ridiculous, right?
You can keep your fanfic to yourself, okay?
Whoa, hold up. That's for another day.
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about fanfic unless we're really gonna talk about fanfic.
Okay, you're right. We'll put Gary aside for now.
Yeah. Oh, we're going too deep. We've already given away way too much.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, abort.
Too much.
All right. Well,
I did see something that was funny where talking about like how it used to be like not cool to be a nerd, but then like all that stuff like people liked, but they just weren't like super open about it. So like for instance, the post is basically like somebody being like, it's like, oh yeah, you guys used to make fun of me for like liking all this nerdy shit, and now you're like into like all this stuff. And then like the response was, no, we like that stuff too. It's just that we weren't the ones who were doing Naruto runs on the playground. You know what I mean? Like, basically, it's just like I don't know. It is now like more mainstream to be like cool and like doing that stuff. Like all the people who were doing the freaking Naruto runs at Area 51. You remember that?
Okay. Oh God, those are the. Oh man, that's.
But like you would have never had people do that in public on like social media, like thinking that it's cool, right? Like you would just like you would keep that to yourself, which is very interesting, I guess.
That's true. I think the culture has definitely shifted, but I think it's been going long enough. And before we finish, do you have anything to plug? Kind of a last minute outro.
Speaking of new stuff, we do have some plans to release new swag in the future. We actually have been teasing some stuff on Instagram. And that's going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned. We're hoping to release a bunch of stuff this year, so basically the best way to get eyes on would be through our Instagram at dwai.videos. So check them out there, and they probably will be for sale directly through Instagram, so you'll just DM me. But we're also working on like potentially having some kind of like a shop or something that you're going to be able to go to, whether that's going to be Etsy or like whatever that might be. But we're working on that right now, so got a lot of big plans for 2022, so I don't want to say too much, but I think you guys will find it pretty cool if you're already into our stuff. So
yeah, and maybe we'll actually release some videos sometime this year.
Oh well, I mean, listen,
steps,
it's all about priorities, okay? I mean, we're all about making money here, okay?
yeah. How much do those cat ears cost? I mean,
whoa! We don't talk about that. Hey, you want to be cool, right?
Yeah, that's true. You gotta pay to be cool.
Yeah. Actually, it's for the sake of making Lucas mad. So buy cat ears to make Lucas mad.
That's the real takeaway. Buy cat ears. Make other people's mad. All right.